talk to each other. That is our Munich rule here. The rule at the Munich conference is we don't lecture each other, but engage and interact, and that's how we try to provide a forum for issues such as this one.
Thank you, Mr. Rudolph, for taking our interview. First question, could you give us a brief introduction of China's presence in this year's Munich Security Conference?
Well, we were very honored to have a really very high-ranking Chinese presence here at MSC, the delegation led, of course, by Director Wang Yi, who gave his speech earlier this afternoon. But there was also, for example, former Minister Fu Ying, and also high-ranking experts. I would just name Director Wang of the CCP Institute, who held his own event here on climate cooperation. So, yes, we were very happy to have this high-ranking delegation from China here. And I would add, Director Wang Yi already announced that there would be a high-ranking delegation from China again next year.
What do you think of Mr. Wang Yi's speech this afternoon?
I was there in the audience listening to his speech, and I thought he really made some very important statements about Chinese commitment to the international rules-based order. He spoke to the Ukraine war. He spoke to the Chinese role in helping to resolve that issue. He obviously spoke to some of the regional issues that in Asia that everyone is interested in. He was very clear, so that's what we expect. You know, we want our participants to express clearly their views, to engage with the audience, and that's what he did. So that was a great experience for us.
Mm-hmm. Actually, Wang Yi mentioned or focused on win-win, which
yes.
also resonates the topic of this year's Munich support, a lose-lose. What do you think about that?
Well, if you look at our report closely, you will notice it says lose-lose ? And the aim of our conference is not to just paint a doom and gloom picture, but rather to look at where do we have a silver lining on all those difficult topics. And that is for us really the value of this conference. And if I may, I would just highlight again the event that the CCG think tank themselves organized or co-hosted with us on climate cooperation between China, the United States, and Europe. And that was, to me, really one of those examples of what ideally this conference can contribute, bringing together international partners, looking for solutions to our global challenges.
How do you think China, US, and EU, three geopolitical powers, can work together to promote the climate cooperation?
Well, to be honest, I think climate cooperation is essential because simply climate change is an existential challenge to all of us on the globe. At the same time, we notice that where difficulties arise in our cooperation, and let's be honest, there are sometimes difficulties between Europe and China, between China and the US, climate cooperation is no exception. It is no, you know, there is no isolated, wonderful cooperation on climate just because it's important, but it follows the same rules as all our other areas of cooperation. So it's worth the effort to look how we can cooperate. So I just joined the organization last year in August. And as you apparently researched,
Yes.
I'm a German diplomat, and my post is sort of the one active German diplomat in MSC. So at MSC, we're a team of about 80 or 90 or so, and the chairman is traditionally a retired senior diplomat like Christoph Heusgen, or before him Wolfgang Ischinger.
Yeah.
And sort of as support of the conference, the German Foreign Ministry sends one diplomat to work with the team, and that's me in this case.
And you used to be involved in a lot of EU affairs. So give us some comment on how do you think China and EU can work better, and in which part they can work better?
Look, I think we have so many areas of potential cooperation. We talked about climate already. I would say global health would be another topic which simply requires global cooperation. At the same time, over the last 4 or 5 years here in Europe, we discovered that in some areas we are maybe too dependent on certain other partners with whom we trade and cooperate. So that is how I would explain the discussion we're having here in Europe, which you're alluding to.